Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
To be fair, this split, they've done an okay job of recovering from an awful position.
So LP felt like he was just like, well, you know, he was safe hands for a while. 50-50 on bot side, level 4 to level 3. Wink's in trouble, he doesn't have that flash. This is a dead Nautilus.
Yeah, Wink going to not get that much damage back. It's actually on with the pop is going to get some value, but what about everybody else? They'll go 1 for 1 in the grand scheme of things. Armed with the 4-shot will tag rather. LP. Will be the question, won't it? 50 in the pit. Wink also around. Maybe forced to Redstein out. Of course not, he goes straight on in. 5 will decide to use the W flash away, but still going to get jumped on by Angel, who's really looking for this. Can't quite get the kill, looking for the reset. There's a heal from the second part of the Darking Dagger. Jordan now going on in with the Shattering Strike and gets a kill for Haichao. While EDG on the retreat on out, there's a Realm Warp for more people coming on in. They try to deny it, and ended up Jorg going the only one who goes forward into it. Tries to get the crash down, does so, and there's the Hound's Pursuit. They get the kill on the Nautilus, and EDG way overchased trying to get the kill.
Massive overplay. EDG get themselves forward, but LNG, they're not answering with objectives on the other side, even in gold, so we're not going to get a huge objective there. Hex Flash over the wall from Wing, gets a hook.
Depth charge comes on through, 50-50, just gets eviscerated. Nice work, Angel with the charm onto Zucker, but won't find too much more. Misses the cannon, it's all over.
Oh, wow, that's the real important thing here. 50-50 dies to deny the 6th grub, but you have still given up success. Well, even before that, you know, the Durnby era. LNG have had some good times, you know, Durnby and Arla, of course, in 2020, I want to say, going from play-ins and then making a decent run of it. Yeah, I mean, LNG is one of our greater organizations than the LPL, and they have a lot of long-term plans for various players that should. You do have some ability to draw that a little bit. 6-5 grubs doing well here. Trading part from Zucker on the other side of the map. Will take this turret unanswered. But I mean, EDG feel like, look, we have Herald. We can keep walking up here. 5 grubs making it very easy to cross map. This investment isn't going to kill turrets that quickly. So it's going to be a 2-for-1 turret trade on the map.
There goes the Herald charge in. On
not
the other
too
side.
far.
Ooh, Winky Xiao Hao. Now looking for an angle. 50-50 on a control ward. Doesn't get spotted. The wind became lightning. Struck nearby.
And just kind of ping-ponging waves in mid lane. LNG maybe a little afraid to approach this one. Zucker pushing out that bot side now, but if he shows, that gives EDG a chance to make a play elsewhere.
Angel on a flank angle here, looking to see whether someone oversteps. Down to half HP is the Dragon. Zucker now looking for that flank of vision. There is that far side rushing to spot him out in a second or two. Big root though means Jordan dies. Bullet time. It's pretty mediocre, all things said and done. The room prism to Wink, getting team down to half. Now the Crescent Guard down as LP needs to flash on out, but immediately gets Spirit Rushed across Zucker. That flank led to nothing. Another couple kills over to EDG. They pick up the Dragon. Curtains are called. Realm Warp to try and get to safety. Will get the rest of LNG out, but the damage is already well and truly done.
Yeah, and
LNG's chance of statistical modeling, and I think I agree. They are in a much better position right now. They've got a lot of people very much online. We've got a bonus Oblivion Orb for this Ari as Wing. Gonna get jumped on with the Hound's Pursuit. This is very deep, but they've actually got themselves a 4v3.
What
But here comes the rest of EDG.
What are you
TP
doing?
in as EDG looking for an angle. Could look to throw down an equalizer. Goes golden to buy some time. Will be able to flash out if required. There's the equalizer onto LP's caught the red carpet. Her misfortune is very misfortunate indeed.
Why is this the fight which LNG choose to take? I don't understand it. Joao, who couldn't get that a big engage around the last objective, can't do it now. Maybe they were angling to get a couple of kills and go into the after-calm, but it was so ill-advised. They go too far, can't kill off the targets. Killing off a Shinzao in a situation like that is always a bit of a fool's hope. And EDG will get themselves towards an after-calm and hopefully try and clear out this mid-wave. We'll see if they're successful in doing it. I know the tower might just fall.
Yeah, there's a gold looking for a charm. The minions are actually going to kill the tower regardless. So EDG burned a few summoners there to try and defend the turret. Don't quite do it. They will still get the Atacard though, so it's not actually all that much of an opportunity cost. It's all frustrating.
Dragon's up now. Third Dragon of the game. Infinity Edge completes for LP, so he's in a good spot on the Misfortune for the actual raw damage. That being said, great damage coming in from both the carries of EDG now, because they have 2 items core for both these champions done.
Dragon is taken. And again, we are on track for a very late soul if we get there. Not convinced we will. We will try. As Baron now started by LNG, who are within touching distance of the goal. They will have Pursuit on in, but 50-50 then dragged a long way towards the other members of EDG, trying to land these curtain ball shots. Don't quite find it, but 50-50's had to try and flash away. Burning down, Wimp becomes lightning into an audacious charge, secures the kill onto the Neferi. Not dredge line. The deadly flourish into the dredge line ensures Haichao dies as well, and suddenly your mid jungle is gone. ZDZ's cleared mid, and you can just look at Baron. Flash on forward from Zerka to start Drake out, stepping on to ZDZ. You still got the Zonya.
He still has flash.
And flash, he just gets to walk away.
So Zerka flashes for
Andrews should be able to bring this one down with some burn, at least a little. And LNG, real contest available, right, without their mid or jungle. Baron over, stacks over for the side of Angel on this Ahri, who's in a very good spot himself. Nearly got a death cap done for the Rumble. It's all looking pretty good here. Zucker, hiding off vision. Same with 50-50 pretending to be Raptors. Once more. Angel. Be too much there, but towards the tier 2 we go bot side. No one from LNG going to come stop this. That's a tier 2 granted to EDG. Still want this mid tier 1. Got Arn in trouble the last time. Resetting on group for 50-50. Angel looking for just wide on LP, who gets to strut away. Mid tier 1 has to be the consideration. There's a bullet time available. There's the curtain call. EDC looking for an equalizer 2 across 3 people. Nice angle. LP's in danger. Flash Zonya's flame spitter ensures the misfortune dies in swift order. Nice work from EDG to pull the trigger and ensure that the bot lane falls to pieces. LNG backing away, 2 members down, mid lane tier 2 goes down, flash charm onto another member. At least it's a repudiation shield. Sorry, it's just Haichao. So it's a Seraph shield, but it means nothing. Tier 3 now gone in the blink of an eye. Every mid turret falls, the inhibitor just after, and EDG explode the gold lead. How much further can they go? There is Texas Towers in their eyes, and 2 members dead for at least another 10 seconds. They can look to claim at least 1 Nexus turret. EDG need to step on forward. Not that many ults to work with for LNG. Struggling to find a moment to pull the trigger. 4 seconds on LP, who's got the bullet time. They'll take another third to half of the HP. As a player that has been in a rough place in terms of the teams he's been on, relative to his level of flex. I actually think Angel's been quietly quite good for a few years. I think he's slumped a little bit.
Take this tower to make sure that their gold keeps ticking over in terms of their advantage. They have a ridiculous amount of items now, and LNG has just felt itself. EDG, I mean, credit to them, playing a lower risk style. They only really need to be aware of the Rel, who does walk up. Tower's taken in mid lane. EDG, I think, getting this for a bit free for the Cac Zerka.
Zerka's gone, doesn't reset properly now. Angel looking for an angle, finds LP, may need to be ulting away, waits for 50-50 to go in with the house pursuit. Flash on forwards for the smoke and look to eviscerate forwards. Angel stays alive though. Arn now coming over to defend his mid laner as the bot and mid jungle rather of LNG need to just try and find a way out, but they're running towards the wrong side. The barrier means so little at this point. LP is giving free LP to the side of EDG.
It wouldn't surprise me if there's a double teleport towards the top side. They have 5 grubs. Is this end of the game? Not sure. Haichao decided to go towards mid lane instead. I think there is a chance they lose Nexus turrets off this.
They've only got 1 remaining.
Draw has a flash, maybe to defend something. I think EDG might end the game here.
Got one of the next turrets just respawned as we speak about it. That's at least something. But the other one's on half HP. Need to try and defend this if they can. It's dead. Going towards that final Nexus turret as it's beginning to respawn. It's not going to be on a huge amount of HP. Jaw goes crashing down. Doesn't find that much value. Deadly flourish. Roots him in place. He is dead. Zucker now respawning. How long until the rest come on in Haichao? Very low HP. Will audacious charge forwards. Will die. 1,000 gold shutdown. They've overplayed it. Trying to get onto the Nexus. ZDC auto attacking best he can. Going to get the Rel Warp over. Just about 5 millions.
Game ends. EDG finish it as LNG struggle to pull the trigger. Losing lane in a lot of ways versus the Kalista and the Rata, of course, which is so dominant in that laning phase. LNG, better go buttons this time. Zerka has 1. He takes this one away. Basically, earliest possible opportunity for EDG. Important thing, of course, for them is that they get to keep the Corki away from the Kalista. Camille, I suppose, being hidden from the Gnar matchup in the early levels too. That means it's not the biggest thing ever. And Shake goes onto ZDZ. Needs to be a little bit careful here. Drops out of vision. Slow lands onto Kalista. Takes a decent amount of damage. mean, this is an R on the weak side of the map. With that amount of HP, EDG might have to go recall and figure out something after.
Paul gets a grass broth onto 50-50, but now towards Mini. Okay, enough.
Now Zucker's going to look to try and wave clear out, get as much XP as possible. Nar can teleport onto A side of the map, is resetting now, gets himself to steel cap. Zucker, how much has he got? Doesn't get himself towards level 6 just now. Does have a decent amount of HP.
He's not miles off 6 if he can get to the wave. Will still just die here. Tries to play it out. The adaptive vent is not enough and just gets blown up. Wink picks it up with the ignite.
Well played for EDG to just allow the Shield of Daybreak to start the CC chain, meaning that there was no flash. Didn't blow it the last time. With ult as well.
Here we go.
If you walk up like this, I think you've got to be careful. I think you've got to call this off right now.
Turn around instead onto the Skarner, who's going to flash away, but over comes On, looking for an angle. Had a bad time into Skarner the last time we saw it, but it won't happen this time. And Xiaoho picks the kill on the Skarner. The counting
seed maybe just didn't have that on cooldown. If he's walking up without a CC there, not really sure why he's walking up at all, but still, get away with that flash. Not going towards the dragon. A little bit disappointed in EDG for giving up such easy sets. But I guess against the Callisto and Arthur, we did say don't want to overplay things. Playing it safe, and LNG will get themselves. They won't use it up towards here. They'll use the demolish. What's happening on the other side of the map? Hai Chao will be pushing that tower. Do we get a split screen for this? Who's killing it? Doesn't have the Nash's tooth, even with the 4 corrupt, so he won't take that first. EDG get themselves defeats of strength. Herald now available.
Don't want to get in too much order, but I think there will be some like stuff for both teams to review, because I think,
well, yes, obviously, especially when it's getting that close.
Yeah.
Herald summoned in mid lane. EDG. I mean, it's a chunk. They won't be able to stop this going all the way through. Hey, that's there's no wave in mid to push with that. There's a wave lost in bot side.
I think it was a double stack wave. I think.
I mean, Wink, buddy, you don't have ult now. Oh, come on, Wink.
You're gonna die for this.
Yes, he will.
There's the hostile takeover.
Oh, for God's sake,
That was a bit poor. Angel now potentially in danger as Callisto was hopping towards him aggressively.
LNG going to be late towards this one. This is just gonna go, and hang on, we're gonna get dragged by. Nope, goes away. 3 dragons, soul point for EDG.
In graveyards.
Oh, they can blow bubbles around themselves when they're underwater. That's awesome. That's so cool. I didn't even know that. Very cool.
Hang on, invade. That's gonna find the Camille, and the juggle's got deleted. Oh my God, On.
I mean, that champion's just been completely deleted. LNG can maybe get themselves mid lane turret in response. Teleport coming in. I think LNG might even oversave to go for the Soul Flare comes forward.
It's only on through an Renata, will have a Fate's Call to keep her alive, and that's why they don't overforce onto it, but it will force that Fate's Call and out of the mid lane wave. All the while, look where ZDZ is. He's on tier 2.
There might be a shuffle up here. No, there isn't. But LNG are now behind the map. You can tell that they're a step behind in this dance. They get caught out on the top side. They're a little late towards mid lane, which means they're a little late towards top side, which now means they're late towards mid lane again. EDG just a little quicker, a little more coordinated, and this is the sign of a team with substitutes. Draw gets burst and dies.
Also, On is on fire. That was absolutely brutal stuff. That is 2, 3.
Yeah, I go crazy too, Sam. It's already a close run thing on a lot of days anyway.
On at this point is going to be very problematic, I feel. Because the Callista in an okay-ish spot. Angel misses the Grim Visage, is now in danger. Flash and Pelmis with a Huxtech ultimatum still comes on through. Turnaround coming on board with Zucker, who flashes out to safety. The hostile takeover is going to be well Locket shielded. Now 50-50 and Zucker very low. ZDZ on a flank, no Meganar. We can do a lot of just base damage. And a QW from downtown ensures that the Severing Bolt severs the life force of the Skarner, who cannot breathe underground.
No, they can't. This is a miscoordinated LNG. The team fight is just not what they need. They missed the Impale. This needs to be a very coordinated team, and it just hasn't been what they needed. EDG, particularly, in good order.
Got a blast code to try and get in here. Half HP, but not found the angle as yet. In goes 50-50. Smite fight begins. EDZ looking to Meganar. Someone draw, but it's timed out over the wall. Oh! Stolen by 50-50. Soul denied. Hostile takeover. Catches a couple, but they won't find that much as a spiraling despair on the other side. Chunks out the bot lane of LNG. Severing bolt onto LP is a bit more. In the end of the day, EDG go into the pit and don't come out with Dragon. Nice steal.
50-50 gets his first LPL. 50-50 wins the smite. I think Xiaohao wanted to do something different in his head. He wanted ahead. Angel wants to wave clear through this now. Doesn't end up using his crushing more to get that extra kind of damage onto the wave just there. Mid lane turret still goes. Was Hai Chao lucky to get away with that one? And what the hell was that, Wink?
Oh, tried to read Hai Chao. Misses both abilities, and Wink
showing their own inaccuracies through this. 50-50 going through the wall. That'll be a clean tower take.
saw On resetting there.
Ocean and Black Cleaver instead of full crit later, and you get so much HP, just jump at people. Zucker left alone on the side.
Mega.
I don't know if he makes it out of this one. Has Flash, but there's too many people on the side of the map.
Oh no, that's a failed Flash. Zucker still got Flash, still got Hextech Ultimatum. Flash is the soul flare.
Oh, they're going towards Baron on the other side. Hang on. We've got a Baron started up on the other side. LNG said, look, Zucker will take long enough to die that we get something out of this. Zucker might even go for the 1v1 onto Nut. EDG, they're floundering a bit now. They need to go towards this. Baron just taken by LNG. EDG failed to pick onto the kill. They don't even kill Zucker. What the hell are you doing, EDG?
This is EDG desperately trying to build back towards it, but they've got spear stacking. This won't be an even fight. They need to go in and try and play for this. If they get the withdrawals over, I think it's just going to be over.
EDG are going towards the dragon. Instead, that's going to be the ultimate from Renata. Zucker goes in onto Angel.
Gets a decent chunk onto the back of that Camille, who will taken out surely by the Spiraling Despair. Does so 50-50, now in danger. The shuffle is absolutely whipped. Backside for ZDZ.
Oh,
all of the withdrawals are gone. That's so...
They get the outer car, they get the Baron against the runner player, they completely run into the dragon. Use their withdrawals. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Have we seen a good Impale this game?
No, we've seen one onto Wink, I think. Baron Buff's still up and available, as we were saying before. LNG wanting to push in with that, but they are against the Cloud Soul now, which means EDG get to run at them a lot more easily. Elders, of course, on the table too. We might be going late game, folks. We will see if EDG can get themselves a big fight with this Cloud Soul buff.
And they've got a GA now on this fight. He's going to look to go forward, gets run to a wall into an Impale as we think about it. The Solar Flare is into Narnia. Xiaohao still fine. The Ruby still got the Mega on LP. Bailed up. And to what end? He's just dead. Callista does not get to Callista anything. And now Xiaohao goes Vault Breakering forward, and Hightower will blast cone him away, saying nope. But they lose the Callista, and they have to break off that Baron shove, which goes to very little in the end.
Yeah, it's less than 1,000 gold, I think, in terms of the overall tower play. Zucker now has 3 items. Draw needs to be a little bit careful.
Flashes.
Flash away from Wink. Wink is really on the hunt with the move speed.
He's so quick. There's a cease and desist. There is no Callista nearby quite yet, so that'll just be a dead Renata. No way to Fate's call her to safety. You lose your support.
Really dangerous playing again. I would take some killer tomatoes here to end off this game. There's a 2-man on Baron right now. LNG have been denied entry into the pit. This will go down, and EDG, do they look for a fight afterwards, or whether LNG start it first?
Flash for the Impale, but it's only getting under one person. ZDC's kind of fine. He turns around, the hostile takeover hits onto no one. There is no taker of anything, hostile or otherwise.
Hightower
out of the way, just get a massive out shuffle in, and gets on. How does this happen? They've lost it. They can go towards Baron.
No, that's the game. That's the game.
Oh my god.
EDG completely throw the game. Oh god, we're getting 3 games of this.
Just take the Baron. Just let the person die and kill the purple worm.
Are you kidding me?
We're still here. All right, ZDZ, you've got Cloud Soul alongside a GA on your bike. Can you clear the wave? You've got to try shoved into the wall. Doing their best, nearly at Mega Nard. That might buy you some time.
This is the game. This is the game. They have the wave. There's no HP left on the Vise. EDZ has a Mega Nut, but I don't think it's enough.
There's the Mega. They need to clear the wave desperately. In they go to wallop and crash it, shove them away, but the Nexus Star is still going to go down. And LNG, against all reasonable sense, bring us to game 3.
This is going to be Gragas' support. I think he used it for the Q poke and sustain in lane. You have just given Silas a better ult than you, though, because he builds a little bit. Get a mid lane, but not a top laner.
He was playing Syndra top and deleting people. It was
yeah,
wild.
Lucian's one of the best Lucian top
level
players.
4 for this Varus needs to be a bit wary, but that body slam tries the full combo mid lane. Already had the Chaos Storm stolen. And Angel gets out of range of that focused resolve, so there is no stun onto the victim. Oh, I think I said Steadfast Presence to try and deny the Arcane Shift out.
Which doesn't work.
It doesn't work, yeah. I think
it never has done.
No, I know. For some reason I thought it did. In the heat of the moment, I thought that would be a thing. Flash away from Iron is now in danger. Gets to safety. No, he doesn't, because the Spectral Maw is not enough to deny the damage, and he goes down. Pantheon around, and with LP and Jorp forcing Wink into an awkward pathing, there's actually a world where this Victor or even this Gragas can get jumped on. 50-50. Finds a blast cone, forces a flash from Wink, who's trying to be in a defensive spot. Will burn that much into Corruption lands, but the HSL comes on, but just gets blast cone, not blast cone, barrel back into the team. It has a similar effect, I grant you, by virtue of displacement.
It's like grow your own blast cone, Gragas.
gets first item out. Yeah, he gets himself the gold for the Sundered Sky. Very important, of course, first item. Gives you a lot of damage. It's teleporting in. Yep, and now Panty can ult into the play if they want. This is a bit of an awkward set of teleports, though.
Barrel roll forwards. An explosive cast and stuff to work with. Out comes the Harrow Path. EDZ behind. Grand Starfaller's in, but immediately shut into the wall.
Great cast.
But the cast denies so much damage. Hydra can't get in anymore. And so they blow up the Pantheon. Wonderful ult from Wink.
That was a great ult from Wink. Wink's cast
With the EDG drafting. Looking at LNG's comp, it's not bad in isolation per se. It's just not that great into the comp they are playing it into.
Yep, that's the ult onto the side, and this is how they need to play.
Grand Starfall comes on in. The gravity field buys some time. Agent Soul is there, but there will be a comment. He misses!
No!
He misses the flash Q and see the value there. LP. This was a Trinity Force. Can start to do his own damage back to Arn. Lands another Q actually. Has to be a little bit wary to Arn here. There's a shot barrage available as well. If that Q had landed, could have been fun.
What's going to come through? He's going to recall anyway on this wave. Has barrier if LP really does start to force the issue. Deal with this Gragas. This Gragas has been the key point of this game so far. LP didn't actually need to cleanse. I don't think. There's a mini stun, I think, just at the end of the Gragas. That's been nerfed for a while, but it does cleanse, so you can get immediately out of that.
Lucky to get away. Slow to cross map.
So, Angel, really good spot for him. He's just been allowed to do whatever the hell he wants for the last part of the side lane game. It's 50-50, failed that kill onto him. Safety formed up. Getting towards the Leandries. I think as soon as you get the Leandries on the Victor, I don't see how LNG team fight. You have to insta-kill the Victor. You can't do that through the HP from the Rod and the Leandries. You know, 7 stacks on it now, getting a lot of HP, close to getting the max out on it. Good sword stun to the wall.
The knock-up from that Keeper's Verdict. Wick looking for the cast back. Does it? Herald secured, now 50-50. Nowhere to go. No real vote to try and ult out either. Body stolen, kill secured for the Viego, and that's the 3rd kill of the game for EDG. They already have the feat of strength, having just claimed the Herald. Life is...
His ultimate and his Q have crit scaling, which is very nice. And the Collector gives you lethality, a lot of AD, and armor pen. Oh, there's no big advantage, which means we're probably going to get a slower game. Victor getting pounced on the side lane. Wink is coming to answer. They do have a cast. That might be enough to save him.
Pretty scary, flying forward with that focus and falls on a flash away, and a wonderful cast again. Might be in danger, gets away to safety. Locket shield is good. Drop, depth is really low. Xiaohao stepping on forward, trying to go to LP, who's 1200 of the gold for LNG. He's gone. They get to hop on forward with the Viego in the body of the Fed Ezreal. Ults forward into the Spectral Maw, gets another kill. They get the jungler, they get the bot lane, they'll get Atacon too.
There's your gold lead. EDG pull ahead. They'll get themselves the Atacon.
Thimble wins it, transformed to Poppy now as well. There goes the Herald into mid lane. LNG coming to try and defend this.
There goes my Herald.
Watch him as she charges.
Probably could have just
Yeah.
They're very good at their job. Yeah, they keep fighting those foos. Yeah. The Man Dragon's going to go down. EDG will claim that one. Get up to soul points.
Angel in a bit of an interesting position. Is it a 1v4?
Has a GA from the Atacon.
Yeah, has to
Battle Victor.
Can start to battle Victor. Haichao steals the ult. In comes Zucker with the TP. Angel survives, gets a heal to get some move speed. Gets to pick up the honey fruit as well. He's back to being okay.
Battle Victor, baby. Angel walks forwards, struts forward down, and Saz just doesn't win that fight.
Has 5 stacks to the Dark Seal to boot, so he's even got even more HP. That's a teleportable time.
Doesn't have flash.
Grand Starfall comes on in. On actually pretty low here. Cask actually puts Zucker in a good position to potentially go all out. Wink now flashing over, and they do end up getting punished. The split happens for once. Turnaround beginning to come on through for EDG, but they've lost their AD carry. 14 seconds through Drake, that would have been sold for them, and Arn's just dead.
EDG with another misstep in the late game. That's very, very important. The team not paying attention to that Pantheon. We called this out earlier. Take the mid lane out of turret. You can do these long dive plays. Angel doesn't have a Void Staff, has used his Chaos Storm already, so I think that was actually a mistake there too. Not really having the damage to work with that. Has the Rift Maker, but needs the extra shred now because he's not going to get through the tank of Zerka. Dragon's going to go up to LNG, and EDG, they slip a little bit. I think it's time to go for another late game, man. Come on, EDG, you are in such a commanding position again.
Composition, we like this one. They're over towards the other side of the map saying, cool, well, we lost that. Haichao getting run up, but that's actually a lot of damage from Angel, my days.
Yeah, he has a really good slow burn build, right? Gets the left Rift Maker and the Leandries up for that. ZDZ is going to pop the ult wing, forcing Arcane Shift out of LP. Teleport in from Victor. No Chaos Storm.
In a potentially awkward position. The Pathmaker doesn't get a shot on the Angel, gets a lot of speed from the Siphon. Power cast flashes from LP. gets to stay out alive, but is forced to burn the flash.
The engage from EDG hard to land. They don't have a great hard engaged champion. The Gragas needs to hit the Krask in the right way. Zucker dashes forward. They feel like they can take this. They do. Zucker's going to 1v4.
There's the Grand Star 4, but that's now 50-50 in the backline, shunted into a wall. On, very low, gets a barrier shield, stays alive, but they still lose Poppy. LNG in the late game are beginning to turn online. Angel's in danger. Ult away from Shao, keeps him alive, and the Q lands. LP, a sniper on the Ezreal.
I cannot believe EDG baited us into believing that. Where's your Void Staff at this time, Stan? Where's your extra burn damage from going for something like a Blackfire instead, or the extra damage? This Victor needs to be carrying, and he's just simply not.
The Baron take, now the tier 2's under threat. EDG's ability to defend looking a lot more limited all of a sudden. 50-50, sure, off to one side with LP, throwing out some Essence Fluxes. Of course, do work on towers, so Ezreal eventually gets to the point where he does take towers a lot faster than he does in the early to mid stages, and that 3.5 items will certainly hit if he gets the opportunity.
Depends to what's it. Well, I guess to a significant figure, it is only one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then, actually, the thing is, you don't round up on something that's not completed, Sam. God damn it. Industry standard's got to be up there.
Goal that EDG once had, a lot harder to come by. Hi, Chow.
Pantheon.
And Logan to try and turn this one around. There's a gravity field coming on down with the stolen Chaos Storm. Does a fair amount of damage. Aegis comes on down. Redemption now off as Angel steps forward himself. Begins to glide with the Arcane Storm coming on at 50-50 down to half HP. Zucker now in a 1v5. Interrupted, shoved into the wall. Maybe forced to flash. Not quite yet. Still very damn tanky.
He doesn't take damage.
We're going to cast him back. Will finally be forced to flash and does go down. Oh my god, that Viego ult absolutely deleted him. The execute comes on in. Stolen body of Cassante allows 2 to die. Baron is up and finally Xiaohao gets a big aggressive ult.
EDG and LNG, hang on, we've got to teleport into the base. Baron's being sorted, but I think EDG have to peel off of it now, maybe. Another wave? No.
It's tank builds, ways to survive until you can steal a body. Not this one. This one's all about the poppers. Dragon spawning.
Yeah, dragon spawning in 10 seconds. Viego has flash and so much damage. I think Xiaohao can actually flash one-shot someone, so watch out for that. LNG, need to be very careful. Do you have the Pantheon ult available to open up another angle in the fight? But Wink with flash can close that off with a flash body slam.
Dragon started. Zucker on a flank doesn't have the flash. Chow looking for an angle himself. This Silas at level 18 could be pretty threatening in and of his own right. Throw down a chain lash onto Xiaohao. Dragon still just being toyed with. No one really doing significant damage to it yet.
Will be silent Mountain Soul for either team. Big victory for the team to get this. Now I guess we're going for the 50-50. See if the guy with the name can do get himself a smite from that Poppy ult. This is...
Oh, Dragon secured though by Xiaohao. Regarda, Soul secured. Zucker dead again to the Viego, and LNG cannot find the Dragon they so desperately needed. Barrel roll onto Joe will slow him down. The Karma late game just disappears.
Pantheon ults to clear a wave. Haichao gets another one. LNG, as soon as they lose that dragon, realize, okay, we have to get the hell out of here. Zucker dies for free. 50-50. Will probably end up dying for his sin sip. Flashed and ulted to get away from that play. He's going to clear another wave. Haichao's going towards top lane now. LNG are on full wave defense mode. Get those monkeys and towers. Balloons are heading towards your base. EDG take the dragon. They'll take themselves a huge amount of kills with it too. But they have no waves.
Chow and 50-50 do the Lord's work in terms of managing those waves. Get every single wave
He's
shoved.
going to find similar issues to what Angel had before, who now has himself as Zonya's. Didn't even finish up the full death cap.
Jack showed dumb for Virus as well. Oh my days, there's just so much tankiness at this point. LNG, a moment in the sun might well have ended. Thought they might be back in it. Inhibitors down, even with all the waves cleared. They can't stop the shove, even without the Baron.
It's been a slow set of games today. Both teams tentative, inaccurate. You can feel the tension. It is very important to get a win here. LNG had so many good options in this game. But EUG looked like they've clawed things through the Dragons. Xiaohao's Viego.
Maker comes on down. Hail of arrows into
Right
the cask, and that means that Zucker's in... Sorry, 50-50, I apologize, in danger, but does get a good Aegis assault. Bit of a shield, keeps him alive, though, so they can't quite secure everything they're looking for.
The waves on the other parts of the map, well, there's super minions going into mid lane, which LNG will have to answer at some point. And the problem with this Mountain Soul is, one, makes you sure your turret does less damage, and you have the shield to tank an extra turret shot, or two, if you want to walk up for a skill shot. of your own or an extra auto attack on tower. 3 grubs, of course, not going to be the most tower to destroy potential, but it'll definitely help to a degree. Shout out around the fringes. Himself flash. That's a lot of damage for 50. Has that sweeper. Spot out people in rotation, but can't really do much right now.
Chains Interruption did land, but there's a Locket Shield, so Arn doesn't actually take all that much damage in the grand scheme of things. Zucker gets a 3-man and Topo strike, but to what end? LP under the Arcade Storm is just melting! And that means that Angel now really will do a lot of damage. Gets to go golden, keeps the Storm running. Hightower also goes golden. Angel looking for a Siphon Power Shield. Gets another kill with the Hex Tech Raid. That will be it. Edward Gaming claw their way to victory against LNG. It is anything but clean. But victory is victory. Edward Gaming, 1-9.
They'll win their first